The plot of the Five Nights at Freddy's movie just changed, and we don't know how to feel about it. There are some brand new casting announcements for animatronic characters. Blumhouse just released a brand new image for the film. And we have an absolutely huge announcement, all this and more, in your weekly behind-the-scenes look at the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. In terms of news, it at first seemed a relatively light week. However, when we began to put this week's behind-the-scenes video together, we were shocked at how big this week actually was. And some of the stories could change the direction of the Five Nights at Freddy's movie massively. And beyond that, you are going to want to stick around until the end of this news video, because we have got what will probably go down as our biggest announcement ever. Quite a build-up, right? As always, while we won't be spoiling any major plot points, there may be some light spoilers ahead. So, if you're one of those fans who wants to go into the movie completely blind, now's the time to look away. You've been warned. Let's begin with Jason Blum, the man himself, who once again sparked excitement among Five Nights at Freddy's fans at the beginning of the week with a single tweet that read, "This week is going to be amazing." Naturally, FNAF fans immediately thought that this meant a trailer or even a poster was on the horizon. However, as the week comes to an end, it appears that this was not the case. We want to take a moment to turn this news story into a public service announcement. While it's great that people are so excited about the FNAF movie, some of the behavior towards Jason Blum is crossing the line into harassment. Fans need to remember that Blum is the head of a successful studio with multiple IP and franchises to worry about. As fans, it's understandable to get excited when our favorite movies or TV shows are in the works. The thrill of waiting for trailers, posters, and teasers can be exhilarating, but it's important to remember that filmmakers and studios have well-planned marketing campaigns. The release date for the first trailer and poster is likely already set. In the case of the upcoming Five Nights at Freddy's movie, fans have been eagerly awaiting any news or updates, especially from the film's producer, Jason Blum. While it's easy to get swept up in the hype, we should also be mindful of our behavior towards Blum and other members of the production team. We at SLUURP must admit that we're guilty of getting a bit too excited in our Discord server whenever Blum tweets something cryptic. However, some fans take it to the extreme by constantly tweeting and harassing him. Let's all take a step back and let the man cook. Thanks for coming to our TED Talk. It's time to switch gears and talk about a story that has taken the FNAF community by surprise. This week, we received some major casting news with two of the main animatronics in the movie being recast. The first recast is for the voice of Golden Freddy, with Jade Hassan taking over the role. It remains to be seen what direction Hassan will take with the character, but we're excited to see what he brings to the table. The second recast is for the character of Bonnie, with Jade Kinder-Martin taking over from John Sanford Moore. This news has left many fans wondering why the sudden recasts. Were there creative differences, or did the previous actors have scheduling conflicts? Unfortunately, we don't have any official statements from the production team yet. It's also worth noting that recasting is not uncommon in the movie industry. Sometimes actors may not be the right fit for the role, or their schedules may change unexpectedly. In any case, we'll have to wait and see how the new actors bring these characters to life on the big screen. Regardless, we're sure that the filmmakers have made these decisions with the best interests of the movie in mind. We're looking forward to seeing how these changes play out on the big screen. This next story is a real treat for Five Nights at Freddy's fans. Blumhouse has released a brand new official image from the movie's marketing campaign, and it's causing quite a stir. In fact, we nearly missed it ourselves when we saw it floating around in our Discord server, thinking it was just a fan creation. But upon checking the official Blumhouse Instagram account, we can confirm that it is indeed official. The image is a split screen promoting two of Blumhouse's franchises with movies in the pipeline, Five Nights at Freddy's and The Exorcist. On the left-hand side of the image, we see a party table with party hands on top and a cutout paper people chain hanging over it. In the distance, we see darkness with two red glowing eyes. We tried to put this image through a number of AI tools to lighten the image, but none gave us good results, so we still can't work out who these eyes belong to. In all honesty, the image almost feels like a fan-made image or something made by an enthusiastic marketing intern, rather than an official piece of marketing material for a highly anticipated film. It is possible that a social media manager pieced together the image using concept art and assets from the movie's production. It's worth noting that the FNAF logo in the image is in a different style and font yet again, making this the third different variation we've seen for the movie's official title. The image was shared with the caption, "Ready for a bloodbath," which might just be another point for those fans fighting for an R rating for the movie. Let's take a moment to revisit a news story we've been following on behind the scenes for a few weeks now. As you may recall, when Blumhouse Studios announced the release date for the highly anticipated Five Nights at Freddy's movie, they also revealed that it would be a simultaneous release, meaning it would debut in theaters and on Peacock's streaming service on the same day. Fans of our behind-the-scenes series may remember that this announcement was met with some backlash. Many felt that a simultaneous release indicated a lack of faith in the project from Blumhouse, while others were concerned that it could negatively impact the movie's box office performance and, in turn, harm the chances for planned sequels. The backlash was significant enough that Blumhouse felt compelled to address it publicly. At the time, some remained skeptical about the sincerity of Blumhouse's response. However, it seems the studio is now doubling down on their approach, as evidenced by a recent interview with rumoured, a highly respected global business and financial news provider featuring Blumhouse's president of J. Prakash. While the interview did reveal much about Five Nights at Freddy's specifically, there were a few notable comments from Prakash that caught our attention. Let's take a listen to the clip.
For sure, the theatrical release model is an incredible way to generate cultural impact and value. I think we've seen through the course of the way we've released movies that having that sequential windows for consumers to engage with it works incredibly well. But there are some projects, we have one coming up later this year, Five Nights at Freddy's, that's actually going to be debuting theatrically and in the home at the same time. And you've got a very unique fan base there that's engaged with that property historically, at home via games. And so we really tailor the release for what works best for the project. It is, I think you're absolutely right, right? Super Mario Bros. Is an example of that. Good example. We have one where we're adapting the Five Nights at Freddy's very successful game into a movie later this year. We're working on another development project that falls in that category too. So even though we're not, as a primary focus in our games division, taking IP that exists and turning into games, we do think that's a possibility with the games that we do, that if they are successful, we can adapt them into film and TV. Frankly, it's one of the unique aspects that we bring to the table as a games publisher.
It's encouraging to hear the Blumhouse president speak about their release strategy for the Five Nights at Freddy's movie in such a thoughtful and considered manner. It's clear that they have taken into account the unique and engaged fan base that has grown around the FNAF property through the games, and that they have tailored their release plans to best serve that fan base. Fans may be somewhat relieved to hear that the simultaneous theatrical and streaming release is not a sign of a lack of faith in the project, but rather a carefully considered approach designed to give fans the most opportunities to experience the film in the way that works best for them. If you are someone who is worried about the simultaneous release, does this short interview do anything to calm those nerves? Before we get to our huge announcement, the biggest news of the week undoubtedly goes to a shocking casting announcement from the highly reputable Johnny Blocks. This week, we learned that Garrett Hines, a talented actor, has been cast as Mike's dad in Blumhouse's upcoming Five Nights at Freddy's movie. For those who are unfamiliar with the Five Nights at Freddy's lore, Michael Schmidt is the son of William Afton. We already know that Josh Hutcherson will be playing Mike Schmidt in the movie adaptation, and the legendary actor Matthew Lillard will be playing William Afton. This casting decision suggests that the filmmakers are taking the story in a different direction. Fans of the franchise are undoubtedly wondering what this means for the storyline. Some theorists have suggested that Garrett Hines' character may actually be a stepfather rather than a biological one, which would explain why Michael's last name is different from his father's. In our opinion, if this is the direction that the filmmakers are taking, it feels like a predictable plot twist. It comes across as safe and reeks Luke, I am your father energy. However, we are still open to having our minds changed as more information is revealed. As this is such a significant story this week, we thought it would be an excellent opportunity to involve our audience in the behind-the-scenes series. In light of this news, we asked our Discord audience, should William Afton still be Mike's biological father in the Five Nights at Freddy's movie adaptation? Let's pass it over to Donnie to read some responses from our community.
Jelly Whale says, the whole emotional drama of the film comes from the fact that it's family issues. The whole story revolves around one family all becoming animatronics. Valpal thinks he should be his dad. I don't know how it would make sense if he wasn't. I'm not sure where they are going with this, but I still have high hopes for the movie. The official amp says, I honestly think that he should be his father, and I understand that there could be another father or stepdad, but I think they should mainly focus on William and Michael instead of more of a relationship between Michael and his stepdad, and Foxy keeps it easy, simply saying yes.
Thanks, Donnie. Well, it looks like the community is in agreement. They want William Afton to still be Mike's dad in the movie universe. As a quick reminder, if you still want to join our Discord community, we are only going to be leaving it open to the public for a limited amount of time. Scan this QR code or click the link in the description to join today. Let's talk about the moment we've all been waiting for, the BIG announcement. For the past few weeks, we've been dropping hints telling you to get ready for Freddy, and now the time has finally come to share the exciting news with you. So without further ado, let's pass it over to Donnie to reveal exactly what is going on.
Get ready for Freddy. Starting Monday, May 8, 2023, we're dedicating an entire week of content to the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise. That's right, every day for 7 whole days, a new Five Nights at Freddy's video will release exclusively on our YouTube channel. We're bringing back some classic series, including First Look and 5 Pitches, with fresh new episodes. And we're excited to announce an all-new episode of How to Make, where we use artificial intelligence to predict some of Hollywood's most anticipated movies and TV series. Trust us, you won't want to miss this one. But that's not all. We're also launching 2 brand new pilot episodes for 2 exciting new shows. And as a special treat, we're going to stream the original FNAF game on our channel. And as if that wasn't enough, we're also doing giveaways all week long on our Discord server. We're talking cash prizes, exclusive merchandise, and other awesome goodies. You won't find a better community of movie, gaming, and pop culture fans than ours. So come join us and be a part of the action. Have we lost our minds? It certainly seems like it. But one thing's for sure, this is a week of Five Nights at Freddy's content that you won't want to miss. See you there.
Wow, that's incredible news, Donnie. Fans of Five Nights at Freddy's are definitely in for a treat with FNAF Week on SLUURP's YouTube channel. As we wrap up another week of our behind-the-scenes series, it's time to get ready for Freddy. But just before we do, let's check out the Five Nights at Freddy's countdown to see how many days we have left until the big party. As of today, we are just 173 days away from the movie's release, and the excitement is palpable. If you're looking to stay on top of all the latest FNAF news and to take part in all of the celebrations of FNAF Week, be sure to join our Discord community. We've already given away tons of money and prizes through our giveaways, and it's a great place to discuss and speculate about the movie with other fans. Make sure you subscribe so you are locked in for this upcoming major week of content. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time.